How did our ancestors handle Alberta winters? G'day guys, how's it going? My name is AussieTash. Winter has surely arrived in Canada. I've been chatting with the people on Discord. They're saying it's -20, -30, and even -40, -50 degrees in Alberta, Canada. Oh my gosh. And it does make you think. It does beg the question, how did people 100, 200 years ago handle the winters? How do they get through the winters? Oh my gosh. So we're going to get into this little video clip that I found. It's only a short one, but it might answer these questions. Let's get into it. How did our ancestors, well, your ancestors, handle Alberta winters? Let's roll.
We don't camp out in the
Oh,
winter time. We're more comfortable inside our homes.
yes, as you would be.
There's times I do think about our ancestors and how they lived in the winter months, especially when it's blizzarding at home.
Oh,
When recruiters went across to the European countries, one thing that they were told not to do was actually mention how cold it could get. No one wants to come to a place when they find out that the winter temperatures can be as low as minus
so
35
true.
or more. So instead they would say things like, "You'll find the Canadian Western Province winters very bracing. It's quite
Bracing.
stimulating weather." Well, I said minus 35 is a lot of stimulation.
Oh, but it looks
Going
so
right
beautiful.
back to the beginning of time for the Blackfoot people, they were taught how to survive.
Yeah. Oh,
This is the Bow River Valley. If you want to talk about archaeology,
just looks so
these
beautiful.
hills are all littered with teepee rings. In the winter time, it gets pretty cold here.
Really?
I don't have any windbreaks, so the valleys throughout Blackfoot country and different parts in the mountains, there were areas that were calm and protected. Right now we're down below, there's a wind today, you know, you could feel it standing out there, but right where we are, it's comfortable, and that's where the people would survive through the cold winter months.
I feel so silly because I'm crying at this, but you know what? I'm crying because of how bloody beautiful it is. I know that there's no way that I could handle the cold, but it's so beautiful, and I bet you the fresh air, even though it's freezing, would be so refreshing. And you can hear from this man's voice, he's talking about, how his ancestors, what they would have to do to survive in these winters hundreds of years ago. I do like how they describe Canada, when they're trying to get people to come to Canada, to move to Western Canada. You couldn't tell them, "Oh, mate, it's going to get fair income freezing. You're going to freeze your tushy off." They had to say the winters could be bracing. Brace yourself for the winter. Oh my gosh, but just have a look at this picture for a moment. So many emotions. It's beautiful, but just ask so many questions about survival from hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Just incredible.
Home sweet home for the winter. This is our soddy. It's the go-to when you run out of wood. It's 100% insulation. Look at this wall. It's probably 1.5 feet thick.
How
With
old
the
is
sod
this?
on the top of the house, we're going to retain a lot of heat, and the small size is going to be easily heated. Most of the settlers started living in sod houses, and they longed to be in a milled wood house.
Wow.
So here we are inside the ranch house. Now those houses weren't insulated.
No.
So imagine living in your garage. It was difficult. One of the things that they believed in was layers. Lots of scarves and mittens and hats. So essentially you were layered in as many layers as you probably owned some days. This would likely be boiled
Wow.
wool. It makes the weave a lot tighter, so it's impermeable to water as well. And
That's
the
pretty
buffalo
cool.
coat,
Oh.
those were given to the Mounties because it's one of the warmest furs that you can wear.
Okay, hold on. All right. I understand back then, wearing fur to keep warm. I'm guessing it's probably a very political, touchy subject now. It did look really, really cool. I'm guessing it's something that they would have needed to wear for survival hundreds of years ago. Not quite too sure you'd be sporting it around now. You might get a few evil looks. Well, I'm guessing you'd probably get heaps and heaps and heaps of evil looks, but they had to do it to survive.
This one here, it's a tanned buffalo robe. This one is small. The people knew the time when the buffalo would come together and they would have big hunts in the fall time. They were able to get enough meat to get them through the winter time. On the east side of the reserve there were coal mines, so eventually our people switched from fire to coal.
This stove would honestly, you would likely put coal in it, and the whole thing being cast iron, it would radiate heat all over.
Oh, you'd be nice and warm from that.
This is where you could put things to keep them warm if you've got your apple pie. But there's also stories on the prairies of babies being born in the dead of winter and you struggle to keep them warm. And this is one of the places they would put a newborn.
Yes.
To keep them warm, with the door open, of course.
These people that came out here were undauntable. So, give them credit for staying.
Absolutely. So brave. Absolutely. Your ancestors, hundreds of years ago, the ideas, the creative ways they would have had to come up with to stay warm. Moving from another country to Western Canada, they'd have to adapt to the winters and they'd have to adapt to it very, very quickly. I did get very emotional watching this video. I was thinking about, not only what people would have had to have done to survive, but how beautiful it looks. It just looks so beautiful. It's something that I have never seen before. I have very small memories of going to the snow when I was 9 years old. So we're talking over 27, 28, 29 years ago. But waking up and seeing this, every day for 3, 4, 5 months, mate, it would just be an incredible feeling, I think. It would be breathtaking. Words just couldn't describe it, I don't think. I know I'd freeze. I know I'd be cold. I know I'd whinge about the heat, but man, it is just so beautiful and I'd never appreciate it until I was actually there. So, yeah. Guys, just a short little video. It's freezing, but for some reason, this video has made me feel so warm and so happy on the inside. Alright, that was the video for today, guys. If you liked it, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and of course, remember to subscribe. That really helps me out. Cheers to Down Under. Take care. Please stay warm. Bye.